Hello, my name is Chris Vanoof and you're watching Deafinator Diaries. As some of you will know, it's National Deaf Awareness Week this week, so this video will be based on a few experiences that I have encountered myself that will hopefully help other people to understand what deafness is really like. According to statistics, 1 in 6 people in the UK are deaf or live with some form of hearing loss. You may well know anybody in your family or some of your friends, work colleagues or school classmates who is perhaps the quietest when being together in social groups. The chances are likely that they have hearing loss because they can't understand the conversation or have been embarrassed at not hearing something. This is something that I've struggled with on a regular basis. When a topical conversation between work colleagues, friends or family is being discussed, I often mishear what they say. It could be based on the speed of dialogue, the different accents, the loudness of voices, or most likely, the background noise. It can be nerve-wracking, whichever way I look at it. All this can lead to extra pressure and can make people anxious over discussing their hearing loss to other people. Like I said previously, we could have the best top-of-the-range technology to help us, but we still can't hear things on the same level compared to a normal hearing person. This is why National Deaf Awareness Week is so imperative in getting the message across, particularly to teachers in education, employers or employees that work with others who have hearing loss. As you know, I work at Channel 4 in continuity, and most of the practical elements of my role involve audio and sound, which is a rarity in terms of a deaf person's job choice. But any job can be made very hard for someone with hearing loss, because deafness is classed as a hidden disability. We may deliberately try to hide our hearing aids so they're out of sight, or even take our hearing aids out altogether and rely solely on lip reading. We may be struggling at answering the phone because we're embarrassed at having to ask for help. If you know or work with somebody that has struggled with some of these scenarios, please go and help them in any way you can. It will make such a huge difference to a deaf person's life. Just because we look happy doesn't mean we are. Deafness is such a huge mental strain on anyone because it takes a lot of courage for anyone to talk about it, as it would be with any other disabilities, which therefore leads me to my next point. We all get nervous when writing up job applications and preparing for a job interview, but if we mention that we are deaf, employers must not dismiss this straight away, whatever our experience or skills involve. It could be an opportunity to find a solution to make someone else's life easier, considering the tough daily barriers and competition that deaf people are up against. There's lots of disabled talent currently being wasted, which could be costing lots of companies potentially millions in financial forecast to maintain the growth that they wish to achieve. Also, it's important that recruiters aren't nervous when talking to a potential deaf employee. Like I said earlier, they may well know someone who is deaf in their personal background or from previous roles. The only difference between talking to a deaf person and a normal person is a slightly incoherent speech and the volume or tones of voices. They may have to speak louder, slower, or clearer than they normally do. It could even help to always try and encourage face-to-face conversation. This is particularly important to raise these issues before starting a recruitment assessment or an interview. The answers to helping people with hearing loss are all relatively simple. Adjustments for those that are hard of hearing are so easy to implement and can come at a reasonable cost but not expensive. Whether that is a radio aid for school or an accessible phone for work, technology continues to get better every day and the products are much better in quality compared to 20-30 years ago. The message is loud and clear. Don't dismiss the deaf straight away. Think of the amazing potential that we all have to offer.